call that fortunate timing. So, we're here to get 65, right? So I can do Devious Minds. Since that's like our last short quest from up to. I need to heat up. But fire ants. Thank you. Which is a big thing here in Australia. So yeah, it should probably be 2 swords. We'll hit 65. We got enough wood cutting for us to do Grim Tales as well. Which would then get us to 72, and we can boost for magic logs. Although here's the funny thing. I am busy all weekend, but not so busy that obviously I can't like AFK chop something. So yeah, I could probably get to 75 wood cutting. Anyway, the whole idea to boost, I don't know, we'll do Devious Minds and Grim Tales, and then we might try and boost for magic logs because I would really like to get Desert Treasure done. Sorry, I'm like thrown off. Weird stopping midway through a sword. There we go. I do definitely like Giant's Foundry. It's like the right blend of interaction and AFK. You've got enough downtime to do other stuff. You don't have to completely focus. Except if you forget, you know, down, up, down. There we go. But other than that, I don't know what other quests. Because in all honesty, I'd very much like to do Desert Treasure, unlock Bursting, then go do Defender of Varrock, get a Zombie Axe, and then we're just sort of good, right? Because we have a nice set of mid-level weapons. Although the Arcane Blade definitely does really help. Still been trying for Griffin Task as well. I think Vanica's correct. I don't know if I trust the wiki. Probably not going to be clear cut. I might just go Smith something the last little bit. Definitely one more. Narrow Light. Do we have some good enough molds? We do. Maybe we could, oh, we might actually be able to bump this higher. That's 54. That might make it past 11k. Plus then the, you know, like minor XP from all the interactions could be nice. I think I'm also at the point where I don't have to care so much about the molds and I should be saving up for the set. Never quite click fast enough on that first quench. I guess I should do the normal instead of the quench. But still, it's about 6 minutes per sword. I don't know if that's great. Without the smithing outfit, it's probably decent. Slowly getting through all the level requirements. Like this to 70 won't be hard at all. Start the full bar, do you get enough? I think you still have to hit the yellow. Right, the whatever the precise smithing action, whatever it's called. in order to do it one for one. That'll be the biggest joy of unlocking the smithing outfit. That's where the real-time save is. And we're one strike off, unfortunately. Oh, no. That was bad. My mouse, I think, died for a second there. It's probably not a great time to fiddle around with the batteries, but hopefully they'll good old take it out, stick it back in worked. At least for this run. Not so bad if I mess up on the quenching or the dunk. You don't lose anything. You know what this is, actually? I'm not in Australian world. Because I was hopping buying Warhammers. So that's also messing me up a little bit. That's why I can't quite leave when I want to leave. Yeah, I'm a few ticks behind my click. Oops. Hop back to Australian world after this one. I mean, if I do it preemptively, then we're fine. What is this? All perform storage. Preform storage. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Tempted to just click it. We'll be close, but I think still not. Yeah. Alright, let's see. 11,000? Yes, but not quite enough. Oh no, just enough. Beautiful. Alright, so we're 65 for Devious Mines. Here I see how many points I have floating. 800. Part of me still wants to just buy at least all the molds I have the levels for. I do know you meant to go after the smithing outfit, right? Some of these aren't substantial. Like the 18 is great, but obviously not the correct level for it. I think, what, like your best usual is 14-ish? With 8.6 or something like that. Either way, we can get onto questing now. I still have some leftover, which is nice. GP's looking meh, as it always is, unfortunately. Really should just get fletching up so I can just do, like, use for it. But yeah, let's just knock Devious Mines out then. It is relatively short, right? So it's a little bit of travel. Do I have to go buy one, or can I? No, I can make a mythical command. 3 bars. There's no anvil here, is there? Fine. Now what do we need? Palador, Barrock, Edgeville. So I might as well just take all the runes with me. And where do we start? Monk outside the Pandemonious Temple, east of Varrock. Alright, so we'll go to the bank there. Plus, you know, there's an anvil in Varrock. And I have everything else. Oh, that always throws me off. Get some rune crafting from this as well, which is nice. That'll be a level. Fletching and smithing are sort of irrelevant. How high you need them. Alright, so it was 3 myth bars. A hammer, bowstring, what else? And a colossal pouch. There it is. And also remember to hop. Okay. We're all good. What we have to do is make it Dorix. and take the orb to Entrana. Or you have to go through the lore altar, I guess. And he murders everyone, and then we're good. Yeah, super short quest. I mean, probably could have just, wait till we got 70 smithing for some of the elves, because, reward-wise again, ain't fantastic, and I need to farm up the outfit pieces, regardless for runecrafting. Should have probably also grabbed out Graceful. Don't need the ice gloves anymore. I was going to call them smithing gloves. I'm curious, skilling-wise, what are the big ones left? Runecrafting's easy enough. Construction, just do mahogany homes. Fun enough. I guess Slayer's still a big one. We're getting there. Actually, woodcutting's being checked off. Beautiful. Almost there for all quests. And then it's just the question of, is our gear going to be good enough for some of the tougher fights? Valador. I might as well start Grimtails, right? You start it here, don't you? Though I feel like from memory you don't really go far. Anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter. I should also do farming. So slack with it. Like, we should basically be at 70. I think seeds are also holding me back a little bit. Turn to Pandemonius. I should have grabbed a... whatchamacallit? Dig Site Pendant. That would be slightly quicker. I think it'd be as quick as the Lumberyard. And I should grab Graceful while we're here as well. Graceful. And I don't know if that counts as a weapon, but we don't really need any more. I don't really need the Outdoing. That should be fine. Just still sneak into Entrana. I guess we're running. I didn't grab the Dig Site Pendant. Put the orb in the pouch. This better not explode. And then just teleport. Make all weapons, done. It should probably save run energy. That should be plenty, surely. Alright, so Law Alter. I didn't bring any tools with me, so down here for agility or thieving, but agility works best. Or Rift. Could have probably brought some Essence with us, just for a little bit of XP. Also, wouldn't mind trying the new charting plugin, right, with Quest Helper. That might be a nice way. What's the next trial? Well, I've heard that this is not a fun one. This is okay. This is apparently, you know, golden. Seems really fun from what I've seen and heard. Murder spree time. Yeah, we go back to the monk, and then that's it, right? But definitely nice and short. Broomtail's less so, I want to say. Right, that's it. I'll then go to... Wait, then go back to Intrana, and then back to Sir Tippy. I can remember that, surely. We have everything we need from Grimtails. Dorky from Rich's house. We make Taramin. Yeah, I think it's fun. This is what we want. The 60k woodcutting puts us to 72, and then, you know, maybe stew boost. And chop us some magic logs. And maybe we can actually get Desert Treasure done. I need 12 for Desert Treasure, if memory serves. And then the Dwarven Helmet, I think is better, for me at least, than the Golden Helmet currently, for Griffin. Not that I have a Slayer task, annoyingly. I don't think any of that's hard. Alright, back to Intrana. It recommends Rat Pits. What's Rim? And then the boat's up here. Never gets old. was about to follow the blue arrow and made myself a little bit confused. Where is the head monk? There you are. High priest. Then to Valley. I hope I didn't have to talk to him more. Be a little annoyed. Hey, got to kill. Cute to kill. Close enough. I'm good. How about yourself? I can check on my willow tree while we're here. Don't think that's quite 2K. No. Devious Mines. Little cutscene. Or just fade to black. Cool. Another quest down. 58 rune crafting, so 2 off what we need for... I don't even know what quest it is that requires 60. I feel like Guthix, maybe? No? Thought there was something with, like, weird rune. Some sort of key shaping. Anyway, on to Grim Tales. I would definitely say... Well, it depends. Are you playing a main account? So, an account that can trade and everything like that? Or Ironman? Because there's a little bit of a difference of opinion I can provide you with. In terms of content, though, definitely worth it. Like if you plan for this to be your real sort of like background game, then yeah, content-wise it's fantastic. But if you're playing a main, I would highly recommend you do. Depending on how hard you want to go at it and look stuff up, you could just start with a bond, and your main focus for the first month or so could just be gold making. And just continuing to cycle bonds back into your account off of the GE, and that way you don't have to pay for membership anymore. But it is a little bit of a grind, especially if you are new to the game, to get that up and running. Like, you'd want to look up certain skill levels, and it's been a while since I've done it, since I'm playing an Ironman now. But yeah, it's definitely something to think about if you are a main, right? Because once you find that good gold making system, right? That's basically just you go, and then yeah, you don't have to worry about paying for old school anymore. It gets easier and easier once you get used to it. I think you pray against him. That feels right. What else do I need? Boots, gloves, and a cape. Cool. And it'll be prayer pots, a little bit of food, and we're golden. Like, you could even look into free-to-play. I think pizzas are probably one of the easiest ones. They take a little while. But if you get yourself decently high cooking, get which pizza. It might be anchovies or pineapple. I don't know if it's outdated, but I remember that's what I used to do. I used to just have an account that just made pizzas, and that's how I used to pay for bonds. Probably changed a little since then. That is one of the benefits of being a main. Done nearly 3 quests, and my combat level's 53. Just want to get my gathering skills to 40, then I might buy it. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. And then you have a lot of the early to mid content available straight away in members. But yeah, if it's going to be your background game, you're going to stick with it, then it is absolutely worth it. Because there's so much content to the game, right? You'll always have a great time. If like you don't want to ever pay for it, then there's definitely easy enough options. Like even just looking into flipping and doing that to get to your bonds is reasonable enough. There's tons of great like money making videos out and about as well. Hey Shino. I hate long names like that, because I can never... My brain doesn't know how to pick out words. Like, I can see official. What would it be? Shino Bina? Van official? No. That doesn't quite work. An official? Yeah, no. We'll go with Shino. Hopefully that's fine. Never realized a weird sound played every time you got the correct storyline. Personally, yes. I much prefer an Ironman. It gives more meaning to everything you do, and it's also not... You don't skip a lot of content. You can definitely still skip a lot of content, but as a main, it is very easy to just start skipping stuff. Which, if you're not in it for the long grind, it's fully understandable, right? But there is a nice satisfaction in earning it yourself. A hardcore, though, I would never say anyone should play hardcore until you've basically done 70% of main combat things in normal old school. Because then at that point, it's a bit better. You have a proper understanding of what you're doing, especially with how the combat system and the rhythm mechanics work, more so than anything. But if you just do a hardcore out of the gate, you're just planning to lose it. And there's no real merit unless you're really going for a proper hardcore count, in my personal opinion. If you're doing it just to, see how long you last, sure. But I do find an Ironman really fulfilling. I'd never touch an Ultimate Ironman and just be locked to an inventory. That seems like just masochistic. Group Ironman would be cool if you had a solid group of friends, right? Because there's nothing worse than starting a group Ironman and just having people leave. So an Ironman cannot trade at all. So I can't go to the Grand Exchange and I can't just go buy stuff to skill or weapons and equipment. Everything I have to get through drops. Which is good, bad at some times as well, right? Because I'm basically rushing all the quests. And a lot of the time, my gear is not quite sufficient. But it does mean I have to go do, XYZ boss and actually do it for a decent while and get the proper drops rather than, do it for a little bit, make your money, and just buy what they could drop, so to speak. So it is a lot slower than a main account, where, again, your main focus is essentially gold making. Because once you have a solid system of gold making, you can just get everything. Granted, there are still things that are really out of reach, and probably better off farming them than farming the gold for them. But it is just personal opinion. And also, I would go back to how long you want the game to last. How do you feel about the game? Is it what you're playing actively? Is it what you're playing in the background? I mean, that's a really great thing about Old School, is that there is a lot of flexibility and sandboxiness to it to make it a game that suits your style of play. I mean, we're on 15 days played total time. How many quests left? 20 quests left. but I'm just rushing the quests and the skills related to the quests. Whereas probably someone who was a main could probably get everything they need for the quest, especially skilling-wise for some of the more annoying skills, a lot sooner. But in terms of like content restrictions, there's none. There's nothing Ironman can't do that a main can do, so to speak. Just the path to get there, essentially. But if it's your first time, I would definitely say a main. Because if you get a main up and running, and you've got your good source of gold, whether it's, skilling, bossing, whatever suits your playstyle, you can then use that to basically bankroll other accounts. In the sense of buying bonds. Obviously, you can't just buy equipment for a main, right? For an Ironman. Yeah. What is a skill cape? As I see, there's your goal. Oh, so quest cape is complete all 178 quests in the game. So if you're trying to think of old school in terms of like the goal pathway in terms of easiest to do, it's basically this, right? This is the pathway. So you do all the quests. That gets you your quest cape. I don't know if there's actually any benefit to the quest cape. Then you can do the achievement diaries, which will get you the majority of the way to high skill levels. Basically, all of these are mini tasks that require skills, right? Found in this tab. So yeah, if you do quest cape, then you do achievement diaries, then you do combat tasks, which is all like the main bossing stuff. Very, very hard to complete, right? This is like your long-term goal. And then collection log is sort of your impossible goal. To date, no one has completed the collection log, and it will probably still be a long, long time before anyone does, right? So yeah, if you're looking for objectives to follow like a normal game, quests, skills, combat, easy done. But again, RuneScape's phenomenal. If you find a skill you really just enjoy, you can go 100% in on just doing that, right? You don't have to play this way, right? It's just the way I'm deciding to play. Also, you can do quests blind, which I'm not doing because I've done the majority of these quests before, so I wouldn't be blind anyway. But if you did do them blind, so I'm using a plugin that tells me what to do for all the quests. Gives me this nice blue highlight that it just followed mindlessly. If you did them blind, it would definitely take you a lot longer, especially if you're a new player. Which, can be rewarding. Yeah, essentially. So you'll basically go back and forth between questing and skilling. I mean, I have sort of like this checklist. And these are basically the max level I need for all the quests, and then on this side for the achievement diary. So I've checked off most of the skills so far for questing. There's still a few. I do have to grind out. So basically I can do a handful of quests, then I'll go back to skilling, get some of these up, do a handful of quests, and back and forth. And then by the end of it, I'll be low middle range, which sounds weird because obviously they're high level. But in RuneScape, 92 is actually the halfway point, so maxing a skill. But there are plenty of unlocks in the skills themselves by getting, to high 70s, 80s. There is some decent gear from questing. They've added in a few things that are really, really nice to get. In fact, the majority of my setup currently is just from questing. But it would still pay to go do some early bosses and some other stuff along the way. Like, I could be a lot better off if I put time towards that. For me personally, having done the quests a handful of times, I just kind of want to get them out of the way and then not have to worry about them. Or we hit all the, bossing and and the content that I do really enjoy in the game. I think the only thing... Yeah, quest. This I had to go farm. And I can probably do the majority of quests in this type of setup. There will still definitely be a few that this doesn't quite cut it. I think I can teleport out. Cool. So I need one more potion. It's also just really fun, you know, collecting and organizing. Another facet of the game that I really enjoy. Almost went the wrong way. You can, but you'll find that a lot of skills have a lot quicker methods in members. So I'd almost say no, in actuality. The only thing really worth grinding would be stuff that's like semi-AFK, so to speak. So, you know, if you get your combat stats up to a decent level, like 40s to 60-ish, that's probably worthwhile before you go into membership. In terms of, I'm trying to think of other skills that are really useful. Cooking and fishing, just because that's going to be your main food source. Although, again, you're a main, so you can basically just buy food. I mean, there's some really annoying skills that you can kind of just skip if you are you're so inclined, right? Because like herbal for potion making, you can just buy potions. Cooking for food, you can just again buy food. So crafting's a decent one to level up. And there's a few things you could do free to play that aren't a little too different early on than membership. You can go to like Alcarid, try to buy gems. There's a shop there, and you just cut them. But generally speaking, the majority of stuff gets a little bit faster, especially early game as well, when you become a member. If you've done all the free to play quests, that's probably a good enough tick. Need to restore my prayer. Fine, we can do that. Yeah, combats are really just the main thing for free to play coming over. Or woodcutting as well. You could get woodcutting decently high. Because fletching is also kind of an okay moneymaker to start, I think, in both the case of Ironman and non-Ironman. $50 fire making is also a decent one, because at 50 fire making you unlock a minigame when you're a member. If you hit that before you become a member, you can go straight into the minigame, which is definitely nice. Same with fishing, actually. Once the 35. 35 unlocks a minigame. That speeds up fishing and gets you some nice early rewards as well. Alright, does it tell me what the boss uses? No, it just says kill. I think he uses melee. I think that's what a giant does. Might have a range attack if you're out of range. Up we go. I mean, so far so good. Granted, we're not actually hitting much. In fact, we're not really hitting at all. And again, no, neither is he. Don't know how I've done it, but apparently I'm stuck on something. Usually he makes you run away and come back, which it's saying like down here. But apparently I'm not getting the knockback, which is kind of cool. Makes this a lot easier. There we go. No idea why I was getting stuck. I think you can put your back to a rock and be fine. But then you also have to angle him, because like right now he'd force me this way. Maybe this one will do. Actually, I don't think you can walk under him. Need to get some more good rolls. Ugh. Especially with him healing. Well, I might not have brought enough prayer for this. Come on. Another good hit. Well, the question is, do I stay? I mean, as long as he keeps rolling poorly. I guess we go till the food's out. But if he heals again, I think I'm... No, never mind. Just the right amount of supplies, apparently. Question is, what quest next? Swan Song's actually not bad. Alright. Potion. Don't think you can drink it outside the witch's house, but just in case. Nothing worse than accidentally using a quest item. Nice of them to just block you. There we go. Don't need that. Don't need the bones. The gems are kind of nice. And this should be the quest done. Cool. So nice crush boosting helmets. 1.9. I think it's decent enough weight. And 72 wood cutting. So if we boost once, we get a minute 20. A minute 20 is probably 3 magic logs at best. So I'd have to go several times. So I don't think I want the boost for Desert Treasure, as much as I'd very much like to get it done. It's kind of annoying not to have gone magic logs through the multitude of different sources I've tried up until now. I think we'll do Swan Song. And I'll probably just over the weekend grind out 72 woodcutting. Mist runes. I should be able to make mist runes. That would be what? By water, I'd assume? Closest bank, we'll go to Falador. What lid I can make? Bones I can get. Yeah, I think it's just the mist runes. Google to the rescue. Yeah, not agility. Agility will be my first 99. As in, I will absolutely go out of my way to make my first 99. Like, it's the grind of flex, essentially. Because it is the worst skill in the game to 99. Maybe debatable with rune crafting. But it definitely is one that takes the longest. In fact, before I started like streaming this and everything, all I did was get agility to 70. Which was a fun... It wasn't actually that long. And it's a nice, easy amount of tapping on your phone. But I will definitely be getting agility to 99 as our first 99. Probably once questing's done, I'll just... It does nothing. Relatively speaking. So it unlocks a bunch of shortcuts, which is nice, right? In fact, I pretty much have all the ones I care about, for now at least. I think the last big one is... Where is it? Do I already have it? No, this one. Because this lets you get to a boss a lot quicker. So if I get to 80 agility, I'm happy. All this other stuff is nice, but it's not needed, in my mind. But getting to 99 doesn't really do much. Certain skills have, like, really nice unlocks. Like, through their skill cape. I don't actually know what the agility skill cape does. Let's see what Google says. So it just acts as a piece of clothing that I already have, apparently. This outfit that I have, graceful, just acts as the cloak. Just fine. But yeah, as a flex. It's kind of nice. So to have that be your first 99. Otherwise, for most people, it'd be a combat stat, I'd assume. Would be their first 99, because they're kind of the easiest to go after. You just passively get them through playing the game. Alright, 7 bones, a pot lid, so I need soft clay. Which I have none. Do I have any clay? I do. Should have a bucket of water, surely. I have plenty. Well, actually, yes. Overall, the skill does boost your energy rate. Not by a exceedingly meaningful amount at high levels, though, I would say. Especially when you start actually taking equipment and, you know, having proper loadouts. You'd be better off, realistically, building up your construction. Because you eventually unlock... where is it? It's not decorative. I don't think it's under other. But you unlock a little pool in your house that you can basically like drink from, and it restores your run, your prayer, your health. And there's a few places that you can unlock through questing. Not to mention then just a really easy one in the wilderness that you have a teleport to restore run. Ferox Enclave, which you can teleport through this sort of ring, which this ring you can unlock through like 40 crafting, 40 magic, something like that. But like if you're new to membership, getting your agility to like 40 or even just 30, it will be a meaningful difference to your run energy currently. But the majority of the time, even at 78 now, I'm still going to run out of run going to most places I care about. Oh, I should have made Mist Runes down there. Oopsie daisy. I also didn't bring teleports with me. Teleporting around and just unlocking that through like magic is just still a lot better overall. What lid? Okay. Then the only other thing is bones, which we can just get here. I think when it comes to agility, most people would agree that... Well, most people would like to agree that 99 should offer something like that with run energy. But Infinite's going a bit far, I think. It just invalidates a sort of meaningful mechanic. And they keep adding different things to it. Like you can make potions to help with your run energy. I think a new one just came out as well for that. But for me personally, the best thing they could do as a reward for 99 agility is you never fail an obstacle. Because there are still obstacles that have a low chance of you failing, even at 99. And you do have to fight sea trolls. I actually remember if you have to fight the last one with ranged. Ranged or melee come again, so we'll be fine in what we're in. Just the Mist Runes I need to do. Means we need Air Talisman, War Talisman. Bring Pure Essence, Water Runes, War Talisman to the Air Altar. Need 10. There is a chance that it fails, so we should bank. I should take as much as possible. Tick, tick, tick. That's my teleports. Then it should just be Pure Essence, which I have no idea what tab it's in. In tab 1. We can change that. Or not, apparently. No, this is tab 1. There it is. Alright, so this should be the last thing we need to make. Then we have all the requirements. 10k prayer, 50 fishing. Does that help at all? Oh yeah, it would be a fishing level. That's nice. And it would be a prayer level. And it would be a magic level. Did I go too far? Yes, I did. The rock's down here. I do this. Oh, and we made the perfect amount. That's quite fortunate. Would have been sad if we had not enough. Okay, so now we can grab out everything we need. Oh, you stupid game. So the teleport I just used uses water runes. So apparently it decided to use mist runes. Okay. Fine. We will go back. And I will use a non-rune teleport. Slightly annoying. Wondered why it was still red. Okay, take 2. We have enough. We will go to the bank up here. Is there a closer bank? No. Because we start the quest in Piscatoris. Which is fine. But I still want all my teleports with me anyway. Might be annoying because some of our runes might get taken. Are you using Rapid? That's probably one of the biggest differences. But combat across the board is seemingly slow. It's just the thing you sort of do most throughout the game. That then speeds it up. But if you're on, for instance, defensive, you'll shoot slower, and you'll be getting defense and range XP. If you're on rapid, you'll shoot faster, which is why you basically always should just be on rapid. Yeah, so rapid will be a tick faster, which is like the counting system in the game, the speed system in the game. I think it's like 0.6 seconds, something like that. So over time, it will drastically add up. Probably don't have to bring everything with me right away. That's fine. I think we'll have the space. Any log, a tinderbox, and a hammer. Tinderbox. And then a hammer. Okay. And then also using like the best bow and arrow you have access to. Like there's a shop in Varrock where you can basically just buy all the starting bows. Oh, there's one. The combat system in this there's actually quite a lot to it, which is very interesting. Piscatorus. There we are. It's also another case where there's quite a few member quests that get you really good early combat levels. That are also not difficult quests. So definitely train them up a little bit, but you don't have to go overboard. It's super high stats. Or yeah, you want to hop over to member. Like 40 is probably good across the board. Not a hard boss. It's a long boss if you just flinch it. Alright, now to fetch the wise old man. I'm trying to think if we have many sort of like miscellaneous quests left, and we don't actually. Like the majority of what we have left to do is all story focused. It's kind of cool. We could almost just go up to quest lines instead. Try and finish stuff off. Alright, and then combat gear. Leave me here, that's fine. We can ditch the runes. We can kind of ditch all the runes. And we just bring out some food. Actually, some combat gear first. Helm, gloves. I'm not praying because I have no prayer, so I might as well tankiness. I guess I can leave the cape on. Yeah, so the problem right now is once we get rid of this set, our weight goes way up and our run just gets deleted. I think that's fine. And then just fill up the rest with food. We should be fine. Probably could have restored my prayer somewhere along the way. Oh, speaking of which, I can restore my prayer right here. back to Piscatoris. Now we go troll hunting. Yeah, your playhouse is by far like your greatest utility element. There's so many, well, at a high level, there's so many things you can build, especially like portals and stuff. It is really the case of like, free to play is the demo of the game, and then if you enjoy the mechanics, the grinds, etc., membership just goes insane. But even as a main, because then you can make use of other people's houses. So like for training prayer, you don't have to do anything dangerous. You could find a prayer training house and just use that. But we're not hitting very well with the spec. At least it does do extra damage. I like the fact that they're not aggroing. Quite useful. Not that they seem to do much damage anyway. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Still a little while to go. I think it's 11 total you have to deal with. But this is what we want. Them all stacked up and they can't get to me. I kind of feel like stab might be a little bit better, yeah. Suppose I can Google sea trolls. You can see what their defenses are. No, I'm just crazy. Across the board, it's all the same. Just hitting poorly. Cool. I don't think I even need to heal. I suppose I could have got the bones from here as well. There we go. Don't have to pay attention to the wise old man anymore. Okay, now to fix up the colony. Yeah, that's definitely the rationale that comes to mind for me. I mean, there are certain skills you'll probably like skipping, in all honesty. But it is nice feeling, you know, this is the account I've built up. And, you know, mains definitely feel that way too, especially when it comes to gold making and whatnot, and having access to everything. But once you get your bearings, playing an Ironman, especially, you know, if you're like an RPG fan and, you know, usually grinding out games and essentially doing it yourself, then playing an Ironman definitely does feel very, very rewarding. And And there's still plenty of content that you can do with people as well. So there's still a social element, just less the buying element. Yeah, so as an Ironman, you can't sell anything on the GE, but you can still make enough cash to buy bonds, because you can still buy bonds in-game as an Ironman. You just have to get the cash through, I guess, normal means rather than easy means, which can make it a bit hard to sustain. That's why it's often it's a nice case to have both a main and a Ironman going, and then just have the main be your AFK moneymaker on the side. How much are bonds? The bonds currently are 15 mil. I think I barely have a mil to my name. But once you have things unlocked, like one of the easiest Ironman making, gold making things is through a quest, Song of the Elves, which unlocks as sort of like a combat minigame. So you can farm up the GP. And then you can use that to still go buy a bond. Ultimately, once you just have high stats, then everything sort of just falls into place. Well, these last two monkfish have been semi-annoying. It says fish at least 5. Because I need to hand in 5? Yes. Eh. Hopefully I don't burn any. That's a waste. I guess we'll fish 6. If a sea troll doesn't attack me. If we get the 5th one, I'll probably just run away. When did I start this Ironman? It would be a month prior to... I can find it. I know I can. There's our food. Let's see. Because now you got me curious. So I started just before the minigame. Not the minigame, the Gridmaster. Back content. And that was when? Start of October, I'm going to say. Or mid of October. So it's been about a month and a half. Which makes me not a degen, right? Because what is that? 15 times 24 plus 7 divided by, call it 45 days. Oh, that's kind of rough. 8 hours a day playing. Granted, a lot of that's phone. Is it though? No, probably like 3 hours phone, 5 hours active. Well, that's interesting. During the quest, they're called fresh. They don't actually heal a lot. I would say I'm going moderately fast. Not, like, fast, because there are a lot of people who can go crazy when it comes to just speeding through all the quests and stuff. And even some of the skill grinds, even as an Ironman. I can't bank yet, can I? Oh, no, I can. No, I can't. Fine. A long way. But I am basically rushing the quests. In a decent pace, I want to say. Alright, and then Port Sarim, which our minigame teleport is off cooldown. Beautiful. This is also your greatest tool, especially as a new account, is the free teleports through this list. I think it's members only, though. Well, there might be some that you can teleport to that aren't members only. I don't think what minigames aren't. Alright, and then we need a special jar. I didn't realize it gives you a brown apron though, that's nice. You can go straight into the Crafting's Guild. I think is also going to be an achievement diary, which is nice. I should sit down and do the diaries. Wow. You need to come here just to learn how to put a lid in a pot. Okay. Now, fight. So, it does put us back here. That's a little annoying. Do I have enough food for this? Yeah, we'll see. I don't think the sea troll's all that hard. Would be nice if you could use the bank here, but oh well. And she is weak to stab. Alright, let's go. A little bit of food, a little bit of prayer. I do have a YouTube channel. I'm streaming to it as we speak. There you go. So it is basically just for streaming. Maybe at some point, when we get to some of the bigger grinds, I'll do videos. Old man's got some moves. They should do just a whole storyline about him in his youth. Any quest he's thrown into is always fun. Magic. Having runoff there was not great. Yeah, it's 2 stacks. That's fine. The burn damage on this weapon's quite nice. I think we'll be fine. Didn't really have to bring any food at all. Alright, but that is this place unlocked, which is quite nice, because monkfish are a decent AFK fishing spot. But Quam Brons are probably just better overall, because we can tick cook them. Take my levels. And the bank. Cool. So, what was that? 70 magic, 57 prayer, and 69 fishing. Here are the fresh monkfish. Alright. Do that. And then the question is, what quest next? Probably Dream Meteor. Don't believe this is a difficult quest. Need a bunch of food of all different types. And currently we have... Oh yeah, we have plenty. We have 3 at least. And then some potatoes and cheese. And then that's it. Alright, so graceful. Actually, what I should really do is do a birdhouse run, because I am awfully slack at these. That. Two of these. And 40. And a pendant. Yeah, that should be everything I need. No worries, dude. Hope I was nice and helpful. Yeah, it's a great game. I mean, it's stood the test of time for a reason. So I hope you have lots of fun with it. You need tree seeds from this. I should probably check. Are any of my mahoganies dying? No, good. These are a nice juicy amount of experience once they're grown. I should definitely try and keep an eye on them every time I pass by. I mean, realistically, I should be doing this every hour. This can never be bothered once I get stuck into something else. Free seed, or U seed, is going to be nice. I have a fair few of them, but I have to hit 60 farming first. And then there'll be a nice good chunk of XP. Acorn, not so much. Alright, seaweed time. Also something I've been slack on. I need 800 some. For the crafting grind. That will eventually come. What's the boss for this? Safe spottable, won't attack you. Use magic against them. Well, that's easy enough. Then the easy bank unlock as well is nice. Maybe we can do Fremnik Exiles as well today. I think I have the stat requirements. I might not have. That might be the 60 rune crafting. This is not a difficult quest. It won't let me while we're doing this interaction. I mean, I suppose we could go do Guardians of the Rift. Another Spory Seed. Feels bad because I can't actually get into where you need to plant them. The buckless, bottomless bucket would be nice. I do kind of wish you could buy it from Tithe Farm though. Although then there'd probably be not really any real reason to do a Spory as a boss. Alright, seaweed done. New spores spawned. That's nice. Don't miss any other ones. Nope. Okay. Deposit the bank. That's all fine. We just want to check. Remnic Exile, 60 rune crafting, 65 crafting. How far away are we from that? 4 levels. Still be slow. Blast blowing to get to 65. We'll definitely stick with this for now. I mean, let's just feed him the food. And then let's go back and get him his equipment anyway, so... This little... wherever it was... doesn't actually seem necessary. 7, 14, 20. Easy enough. 7, 7, 7. I assume this counts as a different type, and it's not like he wants... what to be? Like meat, fish, veg, something like that. Otherwise, we just have to get to Lunar Isle, which this is probably the best way for us to do it. Anything else? Everything else can come later. Seal the passage, so I don't get kicked off the island. Should have brought the rake with me, actually, as well. I can just get the favor. What are we at? That's not bad. Our copper is low, though. I simply do not have cash for it. What other quests could we try and get done today? I mean, we could start Morning's End in part 1, maybe part 2. Ideally, I like to just, you know, get everything set up for these 5 big ones. It's really just the magic logs I want. Desert Treasure should have been done so much earlier. I don't think part 1's difficult, and it unlocks us a teleport to the Elfland as well. That might be the go as the next quest. This shouldn't take too long. Even though it's a medium, it's nice and self-contained to just the island if you have stuff prepared, essentially. Which I do. Beautiful. Alright, let's meet the Picky Man. Time to talk to him, help him. Get his meters up, essentially. Need to alternate between at least 3 different types of food. Make sure I don't eat them myself. This is definitely weird. Ah, now we get the... can't eat the same food. So we're up to swordfish. But even like this, just constantly getting his spirits up. Such a weird thing to think this is the perfect way to start a quest. Ultimately, it was designed just to be incredibly annoying when you had no idea what you need to do. Swordfish first. Like, this shouldn't be considered a medium quest. But the expectation is you have to run out and run back in a ton of times. Almost there. Alright, back we go. Suppose I could have been on the Lunar Spellbook, and then use that to teleport around. Alright, but I guess more importantly, the bank's now open. Good, because then I can't be kicked off the island here. His ranger boots? Never actually pay attention to his... Ah, this is what we want. Give me 12 of these. I don't think I can rationalize properly how unlucky it is to not have magic logs. And worse yet, to have fumbled when we could have farmed them easily. Like, Wintertod to 75 and not a single drop. Hunter Rumors, not a single drop. Gonna have to get 75 woodcutting the normal way. And back to feeding food. So start with swordfish. There's like a snap up animation now. Why is there like so much energy in that? Or just handing something. But he's fully recovered. Now to go slay his demons. Bad misclick. Alright, Oromancer. Yeah, it would have been really nice to be on the spellbook. I mean, at least our run is all regen from the time it took to go through all his dialogue. Should also kind of buy more gear from her. Alright, so I need to get magic gear out. Safe spot, safe spot, safe spot, yeah. They probably have... No. I doubt they have an elemental weakness. I don't see why they would have been hit. But gear-wise, it means we probably want Ivan's Blast. So fire, death. My magic gear is still so lacking, though. What else? What else can I wear as magic? I guess that's just prayer. I guess the Zamrock robes. Very, very budget indeed. And our nice turtle shell cape. And then just food. Well, that'll be enough. I mean, they're not difficult bosses anyway. Anything else? Astral Rune and a bunch of stuff. Actually. In a box. Hammer. Pestilent Mortar. A Goat Witch should be in here somewhere. And then an Astral Rune. But combat equipment, food, blah blah blah, like the brazier. You can only lead by the lectern. You cannot pray. Magic attacks are extremely effective. And two of the versions are safe spottable, so I think we'll be fine. Be annoying if I do have to go get more goat weed though. Maybe I should have gone full inventory of food. Don't we look quite the pair? His little ponytail sticking through the dragon med helm. I think the first one's safe spottable, but then the rest are... Z just stays in the middle. And we're still doing okay. We kind of want him to attack, if memory serves. I think killing the doubts does do anything? No, I guess not. I should just be focusing on the boss then. And prey offensive? No. Using a little bit too much food. Anytime you want to help out would be nice. That should do it. Oh, there we go. He finally chose to attack. That's fine. Probably eat up a little bit. Do I have enough food for the last phase? Might want to stall it so his courage is almost full before we transition after the next form. Really will be a question of, did I bring enough food? Did the, what did it, 4 slots matter? 5 slots? Hopefully I can kill this before his meter fills. Be a waste of a nice hard-hitting attack. He's gonna finish it off for me. Annoying. Suppose I could actually wait on this. Maybe this one doesn't actually attack. It just runs. That's just super annoying. Yeah, little slug thing. Yeah, no, so we're definitely fine. Weird. Because we got a 21 off, and the animation just, I guess, didn't play. Probably over here somewhere. Oop. Alright, so I guess only the first phase is scary. Where are you gonna spawn? I'll still be one more teleport, maybe? Yeah. Hopefully it still takes the damage from the hit. That'd be a no, it doesn't. Alright. Mentor done. Let's take a gander, I guess, at Morning's End, then. So, a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. You buy... This is, no can do. Unfortunately. God, magic logs must be just the Ironman's bane. I guess we'll try Beneath Cursed Sands. I don't know if my He is good enough for it, though. Alright, Dreamy Lamp. I guess it should go in Magic. This is the only one that still has, like, a hefty requirement. It's also one of the easiest to train, though. But it's 15k, so it's not really relevant. Alright. Any cooked or raw meats? That we can go deal with easily enough. Go back to Lumbridge, gear up. My birdhouse is done, perchance. Should I go do that? No. No idea. Get in there. 17 quests away. And just 16 magic logs short, apparently. Alright, so what do we need? Not a whole lot of stuff. And then cooked meat, or raw meat. I guess the hunter stuff doesn't count. We'll just go kill a cow. Is melee going to be enough? Surely melee is going to be enough. Water skins. And then our usual melee gear. I can always use the crystal shield if I need to be a bit more tanky as well. Just the Keras isn't a horrid idea. I probably want prayer gear more so. Necklace cape. Teleport around. Gloves and boots. Really organize this tab so I can pull out everything quicker. Alright, so that should be fine. When's the first sort of fight? There. I might as well bring stuff to begin with. Okay. Starting off in Sofahim. Probably still just go ring. Got to grab raw meat as well. I'm sure there'll be something I can kill along the way. Hopefully. I actually think there is. Imps don't drop raw meat. Well, technically they can. When in need, right? 1kc something. No good. We'll just go somewhere close to a cow or something. Which would be where? For raw meat. I actually think there is one near a cow pen. Right? It's still in? No. Why didn't I just farm a cow? God damn it. I guess we'll just run up. You can always teleport back. think there's bears or something up here. Might even just be a cow pen, right? Yeah, there's a cow pen. Cool, and none of my stuff died as well, which is nice. Here's our raw beef. This better count. Did it go green? It did. Alright, so back to Sopahim, which is deserts. God, I don't like being out of run though already. I guess we go restore it. And nada. Which actually, that was dumb of me, because I think the nada one, it might not restore run, but it does overheal you. I could have just run there instead. I'm passing by it anyway. Also start trying to do the mini quests as well, I suppose. We might just do a day of diaries and mini quests. And then let me guess, it's running back to somewhere else? I probably need backspace for this. Alright. Can you exit out of this gate? I assume you can. It's here for a reason, right? Better not be like, beware plagued individuals this way, can't go this way. Thank God. Still out of run though, which is lackluster. Does this unlock Tombs of Damascus? That's kind of nice for early resources, just sending some easy ones. We might do that. A little bit of Raids 3. Could be fun at some point. Because again, this is, the type of PVM content that's really good. Much better than just running around questing. They're great the first time around, but any more than that, and you lose interest fairly quickly. Ugh. Guess I just pray melee. Oh, he hits kind of okay. Don't pray melee. Probably bred that. But I can pray steel skin and offensive. Makes it a little bit better. Be nice if you stopped decking me for 16 though. Worth the spec. It lands. Yeah. Okay, let me drop it. Not yet, at least. Alright, back to the campsite. Should probably pick up more water skins somewhere. Why is this not... Is that... Yeah, there we go. A spawn around here. Oh, this is also my hunter rumor, apparently. Stick to the pathway. Lost me, what, like 20 run? Fizzle, something else. Any more water skins? Another one would be nice. Guess not. But there is still tougher fights to come, which is a little bit worrisome. Not hitting as much as I'd like. We need some of those good accuracy upgrades. Like Amulet of Power. Out of curiosity, what is the crafting? I'm probably better off just going and farming one. 70. But I do have to get 70 crafting anyway. Can I restock food? What fights are coming up? Hold the Tomb, then Champion of Scarabus. Check for magic and keep +4 tiles away at all times. So I should bring ranged here. So I should do this, and then come back. I'm guessing this will also empty out the junk from the inventory. We're almost out of water skins. We'll start taking unavoidable damage. Nothing will aggro. 8, 5, 3, 1, 3. North pillar. In we go. Yeah, we like it saying melee combat gear. I didn't bring any poison though. Nor prayer restore. But we are making kind of quick work of them. There's the poison though. Guess I should deal with the swarm. When's the poison expire? Yeah, 4 minutes. I need to go out and get range stuff anyway. And more water skins. Alright. Blah, traps disabled, runs to the junction. Speak to the spirits. Take the rusty key. And if this is all just down here, I suppose you do it because you have food. And, you know, the traps will probably deal damage. I guess we go until we get the key. We do have to exit and come back. Ah, beautiful. They alternate. Can I see? I'd assume this tile's now fine. Seems sporadic. Oh no, it goes middle, outer, middle. Yeah, okay. They're on a rhythm, which is, I guess, a little bit better. Kind of, what pattern do I go on? It sort of seems like that one. And it'll be joy. It'll be this side. And it'll be middle. And inside I don't care because I'm past it. And then these are just hide in the gap. Oh, that was bad. I'm gonna get hit again. Possibly. I didn't leave too early then. Neither that time. I wasn't paying attention. I think it's this side. Of course. Too quick for my own good sometimes. Center. Left. This is a hide. Alright, so that's the traps turned off. I'm curious. I assume if I leave and come back, they stay turned off. I guess we'll go till the riddle part. Now, these are puzzles we do like. So, we'll give it a go. Empty. They're all empty. Okay, I changed my mind, because that is a whole lot of reading that I ain't gonna do. In all honesty. Take the rusty key and then teleport out. I guess leave the tomb. As soon as we leave the tomb, I'm just gonna teleport out. We need to restock anyway. Change our gear. I don't need the spade. I still need the raw meat. I guess I'm not actually using the Keras. These can go away. Actually, I don't like the empties sitting in my bank. Bring 2 more water skins. Drop this annoying half-filled one. And then it recommended ranged gear, right? Yeah. Ugh. Let's just say my range gear is not the best. I'll bring the crystal shield, I think. Adds a nice, hefty amount of tankiness for us. Still in good old green, D-eyed. And then we want another dueling ring. And then just a whole heap more food. Back we go. Hopefully we get the defense proc off the bone crossbow, because that will help out a ton. Actually, it should be the last destination, right? Please tell me I don't have to go all the way around. Really? I guess we'll see if this does restore run. And it does. It's really nice. A little bit of overhealing. And run restored. Which is probably still going to empty out by the time we get there. Check for magic, keep full distance 4 tiles away, and then kill spawn straight away. Do you have anything useful in your camp? No. Bunch of weird stuff. I'm not even gonna have the health boost by the time we get there. But I think the only real boss we worry about is the final one. Because that, from memory, is a bit more of a challenging fight. Really? I guess I can drop a water skin. I do want the herb lore. There goes the run. Do I want it back is the question. Oh, look at that. I have it marked. I might get 20 run while we're at it. Just give it a sec. Alright, turn that on. Hit it once. Run to the corners. And I don't have run on. This is already going terrible. I didn't rationalize this correctly. Because I constantly want to move. Oh, that damage is not nice. This is not going to go well, I feel. 600 HP too. Our range gear is probably too bad for this. But we don't have to go too crazy with the amount I'm running. I probably wanted higher run than this. I definitely need to go get like a rune crossbow. Can I even outwalk you? And I can't see the goddamn swarm. And now I'm standing in the fire. And I'm out of here. Alright, a bone crossbow is not going to do the job. Not at all here. So yeah, so this is where we start running into difficulty. Like, even if I had full run, probably not it. God. Does a longbow do me any better? Well, actually, shortbow for rapid. I think I have decent-ish arrows. Yeah, by decent, not a lot, though. But I could go pick up an Avers. At 600 HP, I think I really just want decent bolts and a ruby crossbow. It's a bit unfortunate. Let me look them up. What is he called? Champion of Scarabus. If I can somehow get away with magic... I suppose we could kite him with melee. Which would be interesting. Otherwise... He has no range. No, but that doesn't matter for defense. No, it's a significant difference between his ranged and his everything else. I mean, we could try it with melee. Just give it a go. Maybe I'll surprise myself. We just kite him effectively and we're happy. We get the burn. 600 HP is a lot to chew through. I think it's just a case of I need to go get better equipment. Probably still want prayer. Got the gloves. Yes, climbing boots and enemy. If he hits, walk away, and I just have to really watch out for that attack. The magic defense is super high though. Here's a scarab, so the cuirass is also sort of on the table, and we just RNG it. I don't even have like good pots to go with this. Guess it's worth an attempt like that. Alright, but I definitely need to not run out of run before I get there. I want to be on stab. But for dealing with the... Should I bring any poisons? I don't think their poison stack is all that high. I think I'd rather the actual food slot. Although the fight will probably be long. I can run all the way to Nada. We'll see how this goes. We'll run to like 50 energy. And then, unfortunately, we'll have to walk the rest of the way. It's a little annoying for this to be an attempt. But yeah, if we're having difficulty with this guy, the final boss, I think, will be even more troublesome. I think it's time for me to start hitting up other PVM content for gear. I mean, like, a rune crossbow's not all that hard to get. Same with bolts. I have the Slayer. Do I have the Fletching? Get what Fletching you need for broad bolts. That'd probably be what I would want to go do. That'll go all the way to Hunter. Bolts. Broad bolts. 55, yeah. So I can make broad bolts if I unlock them. The other option would be to aim for sunlight bolts. Probably not the moonlight bolts. And then the hunter's crossbow. is... it's 74 actually to upgrade it. Not quite. Maybe. I don't mind battle totems. Again, I've got like the week to do a little bit of stuff. The weekend. Yes, it would be a lovely time if I could just go buy gear. In all honesty, but no. It's rewarding. And you'll get to the point where, like, supplies and everything just refill themselves. But yeah, first go around, definitely shouldn't do iron. Alright, we'll see if this fares any better. I doubt it, but who knows. So hits. Oh, he still does melee though. Also means I have to count. I mean, so far we're actually hitting. Okay, there's that. And then we have to go deal with this quickly. At least we can deal with the ads and everything a lot better. I mean, so far we're going a lot better. Just have to get used to stepping out. Like, that's good. I don't know how long between each special. Otherwise it'd be nice for me just to know when I have to leave. But so far, much better. Nope. Till that happens. We get called out. I think it's like 3 hits, then I run. Rift. Take him on the way. One, 2, 3. So then we go for 3 hits. Probably get 4 hits between specials. Arrow. So 3 hits now. 1. Nope. And I ran into the second one. I should have stayed. I don't know if it's a set timing between them. Otherwise, it is doable. I think in melee. Interestingly enough. Do we force it? Also, why am I going? I should just always get death to give me my stuff. Let me read the wiki. Attack with magic shadows, attack melee up close, up certain amounts of basic attacks. He will use. Well, that's very descriptive. So it's off of his attacks. So technically you should be able to count. And it's always burst something, burst something. Are we going to brute force this? I think we'd give it one more solid go. Ah. Oopsie daisy. I still have lots left. Because we are running away a lot, I could also try and bring better food. Alright, I can bank the meat as well, that's not needed. Technically, I should go to Nada and then gear up fully. More skin. Alright, we'll give this at least a plausible solid try. Chances are I just get KO'd by the Shadow Burst again. But we'll see. It's always a pattern, it's a set number of attacks, so maybe I can figure out the counts as we go. And obviously we're doing significantly better damage with melee. As well, I just have significantly better melee gear. I could also just wait until he does Shadow Burst and kite him around. I'd probably take too much damage. I won't get poisoned if I always deal with the spawn straight away too. Wheel that. Wear that. Regen. I don't think I have a super defense, otherwise that would be useful. I don't have prayer bot, so I don't want to turn on anything other than protect. Right, we don't need the meat, don't need that. Get to take a few more food. Is there anything else? I don't think so, no. I don't know if the super attack and that are worth it either. Kind of might rather just 3 extra food. Now the water skin's probably worth it. I think we did 100 points of damage, right? If we can get the specs on hand. I don't know if we can burn him. But we can definitely have a better time with it. Should kind of, though, save the pots for this guy. The Menophyte Unk. I think this will most likely be the rough spot of the quest. Brute forcing the Unk's probably a bit easier. Okay. I need the water skin. Start by turning run on, because that's something I extremely forget. Drink our pots. Turn on prayer. In we go. Back him, hopefully twice. And run. He gutted that nothing hits. I'm waiting for him to do, yeah, that. So he did 2 hits before he summoned a thing. 2 hits again. Go Shadow now. Well, that was 4 hits. That's 5 hits. It's random. It's seemingly random. But even with this, I want to hit and then step away. Yeah, no, this is not going well. I'm gonna run out of run before I can do anything super meaningful here. Yeah, see, like that was random. But standing in his melee is just gonna get me dead. But yeah, I don't have to run for this. Those not landing is also awful. I mean, maybe I swap prayers, because it does seem like he consistently hits, depending on if you're in his range. Dead. Not dead. There, I'm dead. I panicked. I saw it, went to move, didn't die to it, but because I was moving, I didn't change prayer, so I died. When I could have just face tanked an 8. Spears aren't range of 2, right? It's only halberds. So I wouldn't mind doing that, but I think I just have to go farm a rune crossbow. And I guess a power army from the crazy archaeologist. I mean, there could be some method to the madness there. Oops, talk first. Luckily, we're noobish and everything is free. Okay, Crystal Shield. Be a little bit more tanky. We lose max hits and accuracy. The problem. Hope for better spec rolls. Prayer pots won't be the issue. Damage and defense is pretty much it. Helps a little bit with melee, but not at super ton. So does rune. That's probably the better shield to wear. This drains my run so much, though. Much the way weighs 10 kilos. Instead of, what's an extra plus 10-ish? Rounding. I also always forget Rada's Blessing. A little bit of prayer bonus. Stab's 88. I guess that's the other benefit from this, is it does increase my stab and prayer. Base tank melee rolls again. We have no pots this time. But I did want to give it a proper go, and that last attempt did not feel like a proper go. Not Draman, it's just Draymond. They'll go one more time. Maybe I should save the spec for, like, the shadow stuff. Up on the ground. Is it higher accuracy on this? Let's see. Oh, with 50%, yeah, it's extra damage and accuracy. I just have to not get greedy. Just kite, wait for the shadow attack, and then go in for a few hits. Or just be a bit slow. Main issue though is if I try to step in and out, I'm just going to run out of run. Alright, last try. It's also getting a bit long in the tooth, time-wise as well. It did start a bit late today because there was stuff going on. Guess we could farm Crazy Archaeologist to try and round it out. I wouldn't be bringing much with me anyway, so if you die, I don't really care. Or you go hit something like warped creatures? Or warped scepter? That'd actually be nice. I don't have to bring runes. I forgot about run. I do want to look up his max hits though. It feels like he can hit a lot more in melee. I guess it's 24 across the board. But magic overall is more likely to hit me. I need to not panic if I miss the timing on the Shadow Burst. Because taking the 40 once is fine. I can just eat through it. It's the me running out, getting double slapped. That's kind of a problem. Alright, bring it. You can go for 2 here, right? And then run away. Yeah. No, but it is random each time. That was a good hit, though. Run away. Wait for him to do the special. And get some licks in. Right. Get in. That might hit me. Nope. Alright, so far so good. A little bit cleaner of an attempt. The melee attacks though are pretty bad. He's always going to tag me because he's on the same speed as well. Which is a problem. So I can't really bait the magic attacks. I do kind of just have to swap. Fine. Run and heal. I don't have enough resources for this. Come on, do the special. The melee. And of course he does straight away, and I get the double hit. Yeah, no. This is definitely do it in range fight. Means I just need better range gear. It's either rune crossbow or the hunter route, but I need a rune crossbow for other stuff anyway. We'll go farm. I think Crazy Archaeologist for a little bit. And I'd be taking budget crap anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I lose it. I think Death Runes, though, override this, right? Well, that's exactly what I'd want to keep. I guess it's fine. And then the only thing I'm actually picking up is Rune Crossbow, Amulet of Power. Then we dip. Otherwise, it's 1 to 5. I think 100 cast should be fine. I guess I'll take some food in case I mess up and want to try and run. And just pray from range. Bit quicker for me to walk? I guess so. Not like the wilderness is active anyway. We want to go around the rogues. Just slap me. I mean, not a good safe spotting, but I suppose I can turn play indicator on. You're already at the ruins? Is it this one? Yeah. That's horrible. Can you come out of the ruins a little bit so I have space to move? Look at the CAs. I don't remember how many I did previously, but we're still in the low count, so... An early rune crossbow. Amulet of Power would definitely be nice. And we get a diamond. I did 2. Trying my luck. It seems like we can probably go for... probably 2. Yes. You just come out here, please. I suppose if I stand down here, you'll move. There we go, a little bit more out in the open. Should have probably bought Runes of Dueling, because that's probably the easiest way to reset. I moved too late on that, but didn't get punished. Ditch your mom. Not worth it. If I could fletch them, then they'd be good money. Duck. Out this way. No, he doesn't want to. Might run out of prayer for this one. But it seems like we picked a good ratio. 100 runes, a little bit of food. And nothing. I guess I can grab the bolts if we're going back. Well, so far, nothing. It's not like it's a super common drop, either of them. I will probably have to do a decent chunk of KCs. Still, we did get, what, 3 quests done? That seems to be the pace we're going at currently. So if I grind up, well, depending on how much time I have over the weekend, gear and the rest of the skills, at least magic logs, then we'd be a lot happier too. Probably start pushing a bit harder. I don't know why I'm following the blue arrow. It's lunchtime, my brain's going dead. So, yeah, I think we'll leave it there. But it's not bad to get a quest started. But, in terms of what next? Probably Monday, although my brain might be a little bit fried. Because I have to go drop someone off to the airport early morning beforehand. But yeah, I'll continue to work on skilling, I guess. Either I stew the wood cutting, which is going to be fun, to say the least. Then I can focus on proper things. I mean, objective-wise, what do we have left? Magic 75, that'll just get up casually. Rune crafting is not a lot of time at all, just doing Guardians of the Rift. Construction's a bit. Herblore is just Diaries. Thieving's a little bit. Crafting is kind of a lot. That's definitely the most AFK-able. Slayer will go hand in hand with Magic. Hunter, I don't mind Rumors, but they end up taking a while. Mining, I guess Stars, and then use that to speed up crafting, potentially. Smithing's easy enough as well. Probably, yeah. Probably get enough for another handful of quests. The magic logs are the big one, right? Because then with magic logs we can do Desert Treasure, we can do Morning's End, and we can get some much better unlocks. But yeah, not too many quests left, right? 17 overall plus the one we started, so you know, call it 16 and a half. And then Questcape achieved, and then it can be the fun stuff, right? It's just bossing. Because mini games, I don't mind skilling wise, but you know, I'm not gonna make you watch an hour or two of me going and salvaging ships. Maybe the trials, because they do seem a bit fun. But, not OD on it and do, a whole stream of trials. So, yeah. Still gonna pretty much treat this as, like, a thing to do, well, that I do, as more of an idle game when I'm, doing work, studying, etc. But there are definitely stuff worth streaming, right? Some of the big, lofty things. But, Runescape for now, Keep a Diary after that, and then a whole bunch of bossing. Anyway, we'll leave it.